So Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, Shloka 32. Evam bahuvida yajna vitata brahmano mukhe karmajan vidhitan sarvan evam jnatva vimoksyase. Evam bahuvida yajna vitata brahmano mukhe कर्मजान् विद्धितान् सर्वान् एवं ज्ञात्वा विमोक्ष्यसे. एवं बहुविधा यज्ञा वितता ब्रह्मणो मुखे कर्मजान् विद्धितान् सर्वान् एवं ज्ञात्वा विमोक्ष्यसे. You can repeat after me. Evam bahuvida yajna
Evam bahuvida yajna
vitata brahmano mukhe
vitata brahmano mukhe
karmajan vidhitan sarvan
karmajan vidhitan sarvan
evam jnatva vimoksyase.
evam jnatva vimoksyase.
Evam bahuvida yajna
Evam bahuvida yajna
vitata brahmano mukhe
vitata brahmano mukhe
karmajan vidhitan sarvan
karmajan vidhitan sarvan
evam jnatva vimoksyase.
evam jnatva vimoksyase.
Evam bahuvida yajna
Evam bahuvida yajna
vitata brahmano mukhe
vitata brahmane mukhe
karmajan vidhitan sarvan
karmajan vidhitan sarva
evam jnatva vimoksyase.
evam jnatva vimoksyase.
Word to word meaning and translation by His Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Evam, thus, Bahuvidhaha,
Bahuvidaha
various kinds of,
kinds of
Yajnaha,
yajna
sacrifices,
sacrifices
Vitataha,
Vitaha
are spread,
are spread
Brahmanaha,
Brahmanaha
of the Vedas,
of Vedas
Mukhe,
Mukhe
through the mouth,
the word
Karmajan,
Karmajan
on of work,
of work
Vidhi,
Vidhi
you should know,
no
Tan,
Tan
them,
them
Sarvan,
Sarvan
all,
all
Evam,
Evam
thus,
thus
Jnatva,
Jnatva
knowing,
knowing
Vimoksyase,
Vimoksyase
you will be liberated.
you will be liberated.
Translation. All these different types
All these different types
of sacrifice
of sacrifice
are approved by the Vedas,
are approved by the Vedas,
and all of them
and all of them
are born of different types of work.
are born of different types of work.
Knowing them as such,
Knowing them as
you will be liberated.
you will become liberated.
Yeah. So here, now the Lord is talking about various kinds of sacrifices meant for people at different levels of consciousness. So if a person even knows about all these levels and the different sacrifices which are meant for them, then also they will become liberated. So Vitata is spread, right? So here is talking about that these sacrifices are given in the Vedas, which have originated from the mouth of the Lord himself. Karmajan Vidhi means all are born out of the different types of work performed at different levels. That is, Kaya, Manasa, Vacha, okay, at the level of body, mind, and speech. And anyone who knows them will be liberated. So you see, the Vedas tell you about different paths, different sacrifices. It's not that all the sacrifices are to be done by one person. It is actually mentioned to suit different types of workers because each person is at a different level of consciousness. Some might be at a bodily level, some might be at a mental level. So depending on that, different sacrifices have been given. Example, like you go to a doctor, right? Even if you have the same problem, all are not given the same medicine. Okay, depending on individual, whatever his complaints are, the doctor will be prescribing the medicine. So same way, Vedas also show you different paths for different people, which are suitable to them, which they can do. Now, a person at a bodily level cannot understand or cannot do what is mentioned to be done at a mental level. So knowing this, if a person does his prescribed sacrifice, he will go to the next level. And he does that which is prescribed for that level, he goes to the next, and finally will reach his destination. So these sacrifices are meant to elevate the Jivatma step by step until he reaches his ultimate goal. And what is the ultimate goal? Is to know about the Supreme Lord. So it is the responsibility of the person to follow what is mentioned in the Vedas and not to make one's own theory or one's own method of sacrifice. So if one does as per the scriptures, the results are there because you progress, you elevate to the next level. And if it is based on a concocted one, then there is no effect at all. I'll just read one line from the purport. Because men are so deeply absorbed in the bodily concept, these sacrifices are so arranged that one can work either with the body, with the mind, or with the intelligence. So whatever level you start with, either at the body level or the mind level or the intelligence level, ultimately, the goal is to get liberation from the body. So normally people identify with the body, right? You believe that you are the body. If one has to understand the higher aspect of life, then one has to elevate to understand the Vedic scriptures. For this, the Vedic scriptures give you different ways, different activities to please the Supreme Lord. So even to please the Supreme Lord, various activities can be performed at various levels. Now, they also can be at the level of body, mind, and intelligence, depending on whichever level we are in. So, in the previous episodes, I think Shloka 28, it was already mentioned there, Dravyamai Yagna means sacrificing the material possessions. So, this sacrifice is at the level of body, in the platform of body. The next one is Tapo Yagna, austerities. This is a little higher. Yoga Yagna. Now, this is at the level of the mind because here one tries to control the mind. Then there is Swadhyaya Jnana Yagna, that is studying the Vedic literature. which is on the platform of intelligence. So just by doing this, one gets purified. At all the levels, purification happens. So purification is what is needed to know about the absolute truth, to actually come out of this material world. So all these things are recommended ultimately to bring liberation from the body. Now, the human form is the only form which can break the cycle of birth and death. Okay, so here we have understood the different kinds of sacrifices meant for people at different level, and one should perform these sacrifices as mentioned in the scriptures and not as per their own will and wish. Only then the person will be elevated gradually, step by step, until he reaches his final destination.